Now, the question is it finished yet? Not completely. I'm going to do a little bit more work. And I'm going to make the holly leaves a little bit darker. And I've been looking for the right pencil and I can't find it, so I need to do a little bit of layering to get the right color. So I'm starting out with marine green from Prismacolor Premier, and later on I will add a touch of black, I think. And if that does not what I want, then I will add a touch of a cooler green, maybe even a dark blue. But let's try this first. And in this video I'm testing a new device, a microphone. So I hope that will improve the quality of my videos. I tested it yesterday and it seems to work, so now it's time to start using it. Did you hear the news? If you like coloring books and you like Joanna Besford, then you may have heard the news. Here I have black. Now let's be careful. Joanna Besford announced that she will have a sabbatical from social media for 6 months. And I completely understand why she decided to do that, because I myself am trying to find a way to deal with this social media overload. I gave it a sharp point. Joanna explained in a video and in a blog that she needs time off to create new things and not be distracted. So she will be off the grid until June. And to be honest, I think that will be too short. And I think once she is free from the social media, she will realize that she will need to change things, not only for 6 months, but forever. I really think that. I quit Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and that is to say that I deleted my personal account. It was quite a hassle and it took some work to keep the Passion for Pencils page in the air. It's still on Facebook And there is another color along group for a color along, the color along package for colored pencil that you can buy. That one is still on Facebook because I haven't found a good alternative yet. As soon as I find a good alternative, I will say goodbye to Facebook entirely. But I was very, how do you say that in English? The fact that Joanna Besford decided to do the sabbatical it confirmed my own decision to change my social media habits. And YouTube is developing several new things to create communities also. So I hope in the future YouTube will allow me to create a community around passion for pencils. That would be great. Then I have everything just in one place. That would be great. So with this black pencil, I'm just adding a light layer just to darken everything a little bit. I wanted to use a cool green tone, but then it felt the colors would become too cool, and this black tone has a warmer brownish tone in it, so I think that works a little bit better. And let's pick up the marine green. Prismacolor. Yesterday a package came. Colored pencils sent to me by Artisa. So during the Christmas days, the holidays, I will be enjoying and testing the new addition to my huge pencil collection. And of course a review will follow somewhere in January, I think. These last steps in making a drawing like this, sometimes they are tricky for me, because sometimes I become a little bit impatient, and then I want it to be finished, and then I'm going to hurry things, and that's really not good. I really need to take my time, stay focused, stay concentrated, and enjoy every pencil stroke. There's something here not completely going right. The paper is becoming very saturated with color, and it sometimes becomes difficult to put more color on the paper. Here is that marine green again. And also I'm using a Prismacolor pencil, and Prismacolor pencils can make it difficult for other pencil brands to layer on top of it. It's like Prismacolor seals the paper, so it no longer is able to pick up more pigments. That's why I take a very light touch, as light as possible. And the black pencil. Yes, I need to be careful. I hope the microphone is performing well. Some of you already suggested a good microphone, and then my husband found a good deal, so I hope this one is good enough. It's not very expensive, so that makes me also a little bit skeptical. But my husband told me it was a good one, so we'll see. Well, how about your New Year's resolutions? Do you have things you would like to do in 2019? A couple of years ago, I mentioned in one of my videos that my New Year's resolution for the next year, I don't remember, I think it was 2017 or 18, I don't know. But I had a New Year's resolution, and that was learning to finish things. And I must say, passion for pencils really helps me to train the finishing muscle. I've always liked painting and drawing and starting projects, but I hardly ever finished anything. But passion for pencils has taught me that finishing is so rewarding. And now I've found the patience to do so. Here is the Prismacolor pencil again. I'm going to add it on the veins also. For 2019, I have not come up with a resolution yet. Let's take a look. I think this looks much better. The difference may be quite subtle, but if you compare these leaves to the other three, they stand out more compared to the fir needle leaf things. I still don't. I keep forgetting to check the right words. I know pine tree, but this is not a pine tree as far as I know. I think this is a fir or spruce, or I don't know. Well, I just checked the sound quality and it is good, but it is a bit, the volume is quite low as far as I can tell right now. So I really hope this will turn out good and that I can adjust the volume enough. I really hope so. So let's go back to the black. The paper is telling me that it's almost time to finish this drawing because more layers will be difficult right now. I think I will buy that fixative spray that I was talking about in a previous episode, and I believe when you put on fixative, a little bit of tooth, it will create a little bit more tooth, so maybe you can add, I can add a couple more layers then, but right now this really feels like the paper is completely saturated. And when even a Luminance pencil and a Prismacolor pencil starts having trouble, then I think it's really time to quit. Otherwise I would absolutely destroy this drawing. I don't want that to happen. So the only thing I'm doing right now is just add that last layer. Yeah. When I woke up this morning, here is the black pencil again, I found out that there was a tsunami in Indonesia. And that reminded me of that huge tsunami in 2004, I believe, in Asia after that huge earthquake. But this time it looks like it was the notorious volcano Anak Krakatau. There's a beautiful documentary on YouTube about Krakatau, a volcano, a volcanic island that exploded in the late 19th century, I believe. And back then it also it was huge with a tsunami, and well, the complete mountain exploded, so it was just a huge disaster. And back then it was the time when the Dutch had colonized Indonesia. We didn't call it Indonesia, we called it Nederlands India, Dutch India. Here's the black again. Many people died back then because of that, the Krakatau disaster. And the rest of the world had to deal with it also because there was so much ash in the air, in the atmosphere, that for many months, maybe even a couple of years, I don't remember exactly, the temperature on Earth plummeted. It was much lower than it used to be, and the sunshine was being blocked by all those ash particles. And there, I even believe there was trouble with growing crops. But artists were astonished by the colors in the sky, because so much ash in the sky creates beautiful sunsets and sunrises. Marine green again. The most beautiful colors appeared in the sky. So artists enjoyed it and made a lot of beautiful paintings were made. Yeah. That volcano Krakatau is very active, I believe. When it exploded over 100 years ago, a huge caldera happened. The complete mountain was gone, but after that it started growing again under the sea level, so on the bottom of the sea. So and now there is a new fresh mountain they call Anak Krakatau. That means child of Krakatau. Nature always wins. The powers are so huge. I think it's impossible for mankind to ever beat nature. Not even with nuclear power. In the 1980s, I believe it was 1988, somewhere around that year, that the nuclear power plant in Chernobyl exploded, and a huge area around Chernobyl can no longer be used by man. You cannot live there. You get sick. But nature is flourishing there, also the animals. It's very interesting how they adapt to the radiation and well, let's take a step back and see how things look. I think this looks much better, and now I will do a little bit more work on the furry things. The needles. Here I have earth green yellowish. This all looks a bit sketchy. That's completely fine with me because I just don't have the skills to do it any other way. And I checked the painting that I made last year for the color along, the watercolor along for Christmas back then. And I must say I improved myself, so I'm happy that there is improvement. And you know, maybe next year a third project, and then I will learn again. So eventually I will get better and better, and that's fine. Moss green. Let's see. I must be careful. Yeah. I feel I want to rush things a little bit, and that's always a bit dangerous. I'm just using this earth green yellowish to add color to the areas where there is not much color yet. Here is my black Polychromos pencil. I'm going to add a teeny tiny touch of shadow here and there. Yeah, I'm already finding out right now what I would like to change next year. Or next year, or the next time that I color or paint this, the needles. Let's call it the needles. These type of leaves are very small, thin and like a needle, and I drew them, I sketched them a little bit too big. So next time I will make sure that I am precise directly when I start the drawing. Yeah. That is so much fun. It's so much fun, the learning process. I like that so much. I checked last year's painting, and I checked the bells that I painted last year, and I was very happy with the bells last year, and they were not perfect, but they were good enough, and I liked the result. But I actually think that these two bells look better, so I learned a lot last year. That's nice to see. Well, I do have a resolution for 2019, and that is continue the joy of painting and drawing, and building a little bit more passion for pencils on YouTube, mainly on YouTube. And I hope I will be able to write a couple of blogs. I like writing too, so why not invest more time in writing? And I have to say myself, I not always want to watch videos about coloring or painting. Sometimes I just like reading, especially reviews. sometimes it's much easier to just read them instead of watching a video. So yeah, I want to make a couple of written reviews. I think that would be helpful. Well, I think this is it. I think I need to stop now because everything it's balanced and there are things that I could do differently, but I think I would ruin things if I continue right now. And the paper is saturated too, so maybe one thing. I think a touch of the bright reds, permanent red, could help this bow. So, not bad. I think I will declare this one finished, yes. I declare this one finished. Really nice. Now the question is, do I want to put my signature there? And the answer is not yet. Not yet, because I want to make a couple of pictures of this drawing without signature and then I will sign it. So this is it. Yeah. Well, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, happy coloring, a beautiful new year, and lots and lots of coloring and also painting in the next year. I hope you will enjoy that as much as I do. And well, I don't know whether there will be another video this year, so I will say see you next year. Bye bye.